In the world of royal fashion, nothing is ever just a suit. Not a color, not a pair of shoes, not even a simple repeat appearance from the back of a palace wardrobe. Every button becomes a headline. Every handbag becomes a national debate. Every recycled outfit suddenly transforms into a cultural conversation that races across social media faster than a royal motorcade cutting through central London traffic. And once again, all eyes have turned toward entity Kate after a public appearance that quietly exploded into a surprisingly dramatic fashion moment. Kate is no stranger to recycling styles from her wardrobe for public appearances, which she did again, making an appearance at the University of East London to launch the Royal Foundation Centre for Early Childhood's new Foundations for Life, a guide to social and emotional development initiative. Kate was sharply dressed in a light tan suit by Roland Mouret. If you'd seen it before, it's because she first debuted it back in 2023. Her suit, meanwhile, was first spotted in 2023, also worn with a white top and pointed toe pumps during a meeting with frontline staff of the Streets of Growth program in London. The derangers kept on saying that our beloved Meghan Sussex repeats her clothes, yet we have confirmed that Kate just repeated clothes. And most funny enough is that Kate's clothes don't sell out as much as what Meghan Sussex wears. Meghan is the best influence when it comes to designer clothes, and that's why all her outfits sell out. Now here is where the conversation suddenly becomes far more fascinating, because the internet did not merely glance at this appearance and move on quietly. Oh no. The royal fashion debate exploded once again, and viewers immediately began comparing influence, popularity, relatability, and that mysterious quality that transforms a simple public appearance into an international frenzy. What should have been a straightforward engagement about childhood development became another dazzling chapter in the ongoing spectacle surrounding royal style, image, perception, and public obsession. The moment photographs from the University of East London began circulating online, social media users zoomed in instantly on every tiny detail. The tan tailoring, the neutral tones, the soft styling, the relaxed confidence. And then came the inevitable reaction from royal watchers who recognized the outfit almost immediately. Suddenly, timelines were flooded with comparisons, side-by-side images, reposted clips, and passionate commentary from every direction imaginable.
Some people praised the Princess of Wales for embracing sustainability and proving that timeless tailoring never goes out of fashion. Others argued that repeating outfits humanizes royal figures and creates a more grounded image during a period when many families are dealing with rising costs of living. Supporters called the look elegant, understated, polished, refined, and effortlessly regal. But then the temperature online shifted dramatically. Critics who had previously mocked Meghan for recycling pieces from her wardrobe suddenly found themselves cornered by their own arguments. The conversation became impossible to ignore. People began pointing out the double standards that appear whenever royal women wear similar styles more than once. Clips resurfaced from previous years where commentators criticized Meghan for outfit repetition, yet the response toward Kate appeared noticeably softer. And that contradiction became the center of attention. Viewers started asking uncomfortable questions. Why is outfit repeating celebrated as sustainability in one case, but criticized as unimaginative in another? Why does one royal woman get applauded for practical fashion choices, while another receives endless scrutiny for doing precisely the same thing? The debate rapidly transformed from clothing commentary into something far bigger. Because fashion within the royal sphere has never simply been about fashion. Every blazer, every heel, every handbag, every coat dress, every pair of earrings becomes symbolic. It becomes a statement about status, influence, personality, diplomacy, confidence, accessibility, and power. Royal clothing choices are dissected with astonishing intensity because they function almost like silent speeches delivered through fabric. And what truly sent the internet into overdrive was not merely the repeated suit itself, it was the comparison between public reactions. Many online users insisted that Meghan's wardrobe choices create immediate commercial chaos in a way few public figures can replicate. Fashion analysts have discussed it for years. The so-called Meghan effect became one of the most talked about style phenomena in modern celebrity culture. Whenever Meghan appeared wearing a particular coat, handbag, blouse, or pair of shoes,
Retailers frequently reported enormous surges in searches and sales. It became almost predictable. A single appearance could trigger sold-out notices across multiple websites within hours. Independent designers suddenly found themselves catapulted into global attention after Meghan wore their creations publicly. Even jewelry pieces that once attracted little mainstream notice would disappear from stock after being photographed on her. That influence created headlines across international fashion publications repeatedly.
Meanwhile, supporters of Kate argue that her style power operates differently. Rather than driving frantic online purchasing, they say her appeal lies in consistency, elegance, and longevity. She represents a carefully polished aesthetic rooted in tradition, subtle sophistication, and future queen energy. Admirers often describe her wardrobe as dependable, aspirational, graceful, and diplomatic. And this is exactly why the rivalry narrative refuses to disappear. Every appearance becomes interpreted as evidence in an imaginary competition constructed largely by media audiences. One side praises classic royal composure. The other celebrates modern celebrity influence. One side values restraint. The other embraces visibility and disruption. Yet despite all the online tension, one truth remains impossible to deny. People cannot stop watching. The fascination surrounding royal fashion has evolved into an entertainment empire of its own. Millions of viewers analyze photographs frame by frame, searching for hidden meanings behind colors, silhouettes, accessories, and repeated styling choices. Neutral shades become political discussions. Hairstyles become headlines. Shoes become symbolic. And somehow, a recycled tan suit at an early childhood initiative transformed into another viral cultural moment. What made this appearance particularly intriguing was the setting itself. The event focused on emotional development, childhood well-being, and the importance of creating healthier foundations for future generations. The atmosphere was intended to highlight compassion, education, and social investment. Yet even amid discussions about children's emotional growth, fashion still dominated headlines. That alone says everything about the extraordinary magnetism attached to royal women. Cameras followed every movement as Kate arrived looking composed and smiling warmly while speaking with educators, staff members, and guests. The muted tones of the outfit blended seamlessly with the professional atmosphere, creating an image that felt deliberate yet approachable. And perhaps that was precisely the intention.
Neutral tailoring often communicates stability, seriousness, maturity, and professionalism. The soft tan shade projected calmness rather than extravagance. There were no dramatic embellishments demanding attention, no glittering distractions, no theatrical styling. Instead, the entire presentation leaned into minimal elegance. But ironically, the understated look sparked an outrageously loud online conversation. Some commentators joked that the royal wardrobe archives deserve their own museum exhibition at this point. Others sarcastically noted how rapidly critics changed their tone once Kate repeated an outfit herself. Memes appeared almost instantly. Tweets exploded with comparisons. Fashion forums erupted into heated debates. One particularly viral reaction mocked the hypocrisy of online commentators by joking that outfit repetition suddenly became environmentally responsible the moment a different royal woman did it. And the internet absolutely devoured that observation. Because audiences today are increasingly alert to inconsistencies in celebrity coverage, viewers notice double standards quickly, and once those contradictions are exposed publicly, conversations escalate at lightning speed. At the same time, many royal fans pushed back strongly against turning every public appearance into a comparison battle. They argued that both women have distinct styles, distinct roles, and entirely different approaches to public life. Still, comparisons continued relentlessly. The photographs themselves only intensified discussion further because the styling felt so familiar. The soft white blouse beneath the structured blazer echoed the earlier 2023 appearance almost exactly. The pointed heels maintained the polished corporate elegance associated with royal daytime engagements. It was classic repetition with subtle refinement.
And perhaps that is precisely why it became such a talking point. Royal fashion repetition is not accidental. These appearances are planned carefully. Stylists understand that repeating outfits sends messages about responsibility, continuity, and relatability. In an era where sustainability conversations dominate public discourse, visibly re-wearing clothing can actually strengthen a public figure's image.
For decades, royal women were expected to appear endlessly glamorous in newly commissioned wardrobes. But modern audiences increasingly admire practicality and mindful consumption. Repeating outfits no longer automatically signals lack of creativity. In many cases, it signals awareness. Yet despite this evolving attitude, public reactions remain uneven. And nowhere is that imbalance discussed more passionately than within conversations surrounding Meghan and Kate. The Duchess of Sussex has long generated enormous attention within fashion circles because her style frequently merges polished luxury with attainable simplicity. One day she may appear in an expensive couture gown, while another appearance features relaxed separates that instantly inspire global recreations. Fashion insiders often describe Meghan's style influence as commercially explosive because consumers actively seek out the exact pieces she wears. Search engines spike dramatically, retail sites crash, waiting lists form overnight. That commercial power fascinates brands because visibility alone no longer guarantees sales. Plenty of celebrities wear expensive labels without creating immediate consumer demand. Meghan, however, repeatedly demonstrated an ability to move products rapidly through sheer public interest. And that phenomenon became impossible to separate from wider royal discussions. Some viewers interpret it as evidence of modern star power. Others believe it reflects Hollywood influence merging with monarchy. Some simply enjoy the spectacle. Meanwhile, Kate's fashion legacy occupies a different cultural lane. Her image has been cultivated over many years around steadiness, continuity, diplomacy, and future monarchy symbolism. She often favors tailored silhouettes, structured coats, elegant dresses, and carefully coordinated tones that project refinement without overwhelming traditional royal expectations. That consistency appeals strongly to audiences who value timelessness over trend-driven experimentation. But once the internet starts comparing influence metrics, social media engagement, and product sellouts, nuance disappears rapidly. Everything becomes a scoreboard. And this latest repeated suit appearance poured fresh fuel directly onto that fire. Some royal commentators even began revisiting older debates about media narratives surrounding both women. Viewers questioned whether certain fashion critiques stem from actual style preferences or from broader perceptions shaped by years of intense tabloid storytelling. Because within royal coverage, clothing is rarely treated as just clothing. Every appearance becomes wrapped in symbolism, alliances, emotional loyalties, and public narratives. Supporters interpret outfits as strategic communication. Critics interpret them as calculated branding. Casual viewers simply enjoy the glamour and spectacle. But everyone keeps watching. That is the extraordinary reality. Whether people admire Kate's composed neutrality or Meghan's trend-setting magnetism, both women dominate attention in ways few public figures achieve consistently. A single public engagement generates enough commentary to fuel thousands of articles, reaction videos, podcasts, tweets, and online debates. And perhaps that reveals something deeper about modern celebrity culture itself. Audiences no longer merely observe public figures. They participate actively in constructing narratives around them. They compare, defend, analyze, debate, celebrate, criticize, and reinterpret every visual detail in real time. Fashion becomes storytelling. The tan Roland Mouret suit suddenly transforms from fabric into discourse. People begin discussing influence, privilege, media framing, sustainability, consumer behavior, gender expectations, royal tradition, and popularity metrics, all through the lens of a repeated blazer.
That level of obsession would have seemed unimaginable decades ago, yet now it feels entirely normal. Another fascinating aspect of the reaction involved how quickly people remembered the original 2023 appearance. Royal audiences possess astonishing visual memory. Within minutes, comparison photographs circulated everywhere online. Some viewers even identified the exact pumps and styling combinations immediately. That encyclopedic attention to detail demonstrates how deeply invested royal watchers become in tracking appearances over time. Nothing escapes notice. A recycled suit is recognized instantly. An altered hemline sparks conversation. A repeated handbag becomes a trending topic. And that intensity explains why fashion choices carry enormous significance within royal public relations. Every appearance contributes to a broader visual narrative, carefully absorbed by millions.
That's all for now, squatties. It's your get-to-go girlfriend, Annabelle Karis, and I'm so thankful you joined me today. Remember, stay bold and never dim your shine in this wild and wonderful world. Until next time, just so you know, as your fellow squatties, I love you all to the moon and back.